Today's verse is Psalms 18, verse 36. It says, "You enlarge my path under me so that my foot does not slip." You know, you is talking about, David is talking to God, and God is enlarging uh, um, David's path. Now, what does enlarge mean? It's a verb. Enlarge means to make something bigger than what it was. If I just say the word large, large is an adjective. It's describing a thing. If I say he is a large man, I'm just describing the size. But to enlarge means to make something bigger than what it was. So David is saying that God is actually making his path bigger than what it was. And he says under me because of course you use path to walk on. You're walking on a path. And notice if you're walking on a path and the path is very narrow, the tendency is you might tend to slip because it's too narrow. You might fall off on either side. And this is a picture of uh, if you're in a bondage, let's say if you're financially very, very tight, you have to walk in a very narrow path. You cannot really spend anywhere extra. You have to be very cautious with everything you buy. And it's very frustrating sometimes. If you want to buy something extra, let's say you have to cut down for the next 1 2 weeks, and it's a very stressful situation. Or let's say in a health issue, let's say you have a joint issue and your movement is very restricted, it's a very narrow path. If you try to move a little bit extra, it might hurt, and then it's a picture of you slipping down with your foot again. Like it's not in the literal sense, but it's a picture. That's what David is saying, like you protect my feet from slipping or falling. So when let's say you have a special diet that you have to go on, you're allergic to certain foods, and let's say you're very restricted to multiple foods, and if you by mistake you take some other food, your path is very restricted, and then you suffer again. So these are the pictures of where you can slip and fall because the paths are very narrow. But David says, like, God, you enlarge my path that I'm walking under, because his path is very narrow and tendencies that he might fall. So, what is the best thing to do? Instead of trying to walk on a narrow path and trying to walk perfectly and avoiding to fall, might as well just make a bigger path so I can walk freely. So, it's a picture where God is saying, if you're dealing with a financial situation which is very tight, I'm going to increase finances in your life. If you're dealing with a health challenge, with a diet issue, I'm going to increase your tolerance to food. If you are dealing with a joint issue, I'm going to make sure that your joints are stronger and having much more range of motion. God is the one who's going to do it. All you have to do is just believe his goodness and his love for you, and you will see this promise coming to pass in your life. Let's do a small prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for reminding us today again that you are a God who are going to enlarge our path. Whichever areas that we feel restricted in, Lord, you are going to open that area and bring blessing and show that whatever is impossible with men is possible with God, Lord. I thank you that you have done this. You have done the miracle in our lives, Lord. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.